Welcome back to AdobeLive.com. Hello, everyone. Hello, Elena. How are you this morning?
Good.
This morning,
How are
because
you?
it's morning in San Francisco.
Morning here.
Hello, everybody in the chat. I see there's some people who are already ready for a full day of work disruptions, and that's why we're here for. Well, not actually, we're not here to disrupt you.
Just a little.
Yeah, many of you I know watch this on a secondary screen or maybe an iPad next to your work computer. So welcome everybody. Let's have a quick round of you telling us where you're actually watching from. Let's go around the world very quickly. This will be very, suddenly the chat will go wild and we're going to have people from all over the world. This is day 2 from our very special graphic design stream live from San Francisco. So we were here yesterday already, for those of you who haven't been here. So be aware that on AdobeLive.com, there is actually a little tab down below that says replays. So if you've missed any of the action from yesterday, you can watch it again, after it happened. And this is also a question we get so frequently inside of the chat. People asking, can I watch this later? I have to go eat something, or I have to do this or that. I have to actually work. Well, yes, you can always watch these at a later date, either here on AdobeLive.com or on the Creative Cloud YouTube channel. And talking about the Creative Cloud YouTube channel, we're almost at 200,000 subscribers. And we have this special thing going on, which we made up yesterday with Michael here, that if we reach the 200,000 subscribers during these 3 days, so there's still 2 days now, today and tomorrow, to reach that number, we will be giving out to somebody in the chat an invitation to come and join us at Adobe Max.
So
and that's
exciting.
that's in October in Las Vegas. And so I think that's an incredible prize. But we have to reach 200,000 subscribers on the YouTube channel.
We should all share that we're
Yes.
and bring people.
Yep. Share that you're actually watching this Adobe Live to all of your friends and say, hey, come on over and subscribe to the Creative Cloud YouTube channel. On Adobe Live, there's also a tab that has all the schedules for today and tomorrow. And basically, we have 4 incredible guests per day. And we work with them on projects, on creating things. In Elena's case, a layout, and we're gonna be continuing that in just a second. So check out the schedule, because in the schedule it's also very cool. If there's something that specifically interests you, you can actually add it to your calendar. So that's pretty cool. There's also an ongoing contest that you can participate in, and basically we invite you to download a template, an Illustrator file that has all of the elements that you need to actually create your own personal postcard with your artwork, and you can change the title, the link to your website, change the font. You can be super creative in that format. And then all we ask you to do is to actually submit that postcard to Twitter using the hashtag Adobe Live. And then on Friday, we will actually choose 10 lucky winners, the 10 most creative postcards out of all the submissions, and we will have 10 lucky people who are going to get a 1-year subscription to Adobe Creative Cloud. So feel free to participate. Maybe we're even going to look at some during the stream today. What else can I say? Oh yes, and of course on AdobeLive.com there's a button down below that says the number of subscribers we have, and also a button that lets you subscribe to the Creative Cloud YouTube channel, which is actually cool. If you subscribe to it, you get alerts every time we're live. So it pops up somewhere, whether it's on your phone or your tablet or your desktop computer. It says, "Hey, Adobe's live. Come and join us." And
come watch.
yeah, it's always a very, very nice and cool action. So thank you all for joining. In the next 2 hours, I am here with Elena, who traveled all the way from New York. Yes.
Yep.
And yesterday, why don't we just quickly go over what we did yesterday?
Yeah, absolutely.
And the basic concept. What is this all about? Because many of the people in the chat haven't been here yesterday, but I know that many of you have been here yesterday. So thank you for tuning back in.
Yes, welcome back, everyone. And for those of you who didn't see yesterday, super happy to have you all. I'm just going to walk you through a little bit of what we created yesterday, and then we'll get started with some new work. So, if you can see my screen, we have started creating a zine, and the whole concept behind this was to kind of house these works that I create in my free time, these little doodles or collages, art pieces, and give them a home to live. So we're working with some layout design, as well as today we're going to create kind of a logo or lockup for the title, which we came up with yesterday, called Zenzine.
Mm-hmm.
I still love all the other options that you guys came up with. So yeah, let's shall we get started?
And I think the awesome thing here is that we're actually taking all of your doodles and creative work and putting it into something that we are actually thinking about printing tomorrow.
Yes, so exciting.
Yeah, so I'm super excited as well.
Yeah, so, and I always love, I love to create things by hand, but then obviously use these tools to create something that can live in context. So working both, by hand and on the computer is great. And I guess I'll run you through really quickly what we did yesterday, and then you can get a feel for it and we can continue. So this is the title, Zenzine. It's about color, shape, and emotion because, again, these are things that I do in my free time and very kind of emotion-driven pieces. So yeah, all of these were created by hand, and now we're giving them a space to live in context. Also mixing in some type, which is all just work in progress, and we'll see this evolve and grow over the next couple days. This is the last thing we did yesterday.
We completely tripped out on the text on the path tool.
Yes,
yeah.
So fun. Yeah. All right, so today I'm going to go back up to the top, and this is where we landed on with the title. So as we talked about yesterday, we're going to go into Illustrator from InDesign and actually kind of rework this type because although this is super gorgeous as is, we kind of want to make it our own and give it its own unique feeling. This is perfectly great how it is, but I think if this zine were to, have multiple issues or anything that you would do for a brand, you'd kind of do for this. You want it to have its unique look and feel. So we're going to do some customization to the type. So, and again, feel free to ask me any questions you have along the way.
Yeah, in the meantime, everybody in the chat is saying hi to each other. It's like, it's like a family reunion.
Welcome
on
back.
Day 2. Yeah, so hey.
All right. Start with a clean artboard. So, yesterday we settled on this typeface, Excel. Not exactly sure how you pronounce it.
Dear Babo, the link for the postcard contest is on adobelive.com, and it's at the bottom right of the interface. It says contest, and right under the contest tab, there's even a second button which says get the template. So we have 2 ways for everybody to actually get the template if you miss one of the buttons.
Yeah, and we want to see what you do, so.
Yep.
All right, so this is where we landed. There's a few different weights of this typeface. I'll just start from small. So you can see there's a variation in thick and thin, and the reason why we kind of settled on this one was because it still feels classic, but feels classic because it's a serif typeface, but has these more modern qualities to it. It's kind of a little bit edgy and cool and has a unique feel to it. And we were kind of leaning toward this medium one. So it's still a display typeface. You wouldn't necessarily use this for body copy if you were laying out large blocks of text, but it's absolutely perfect for what we're doing today for a title.
I love serifs.
I know.
And I love the way how serifs actually were born. Like like the Romans, like sculpting the type, and then they came to the end of the letter, and the little chisel would go, little thing coming out. And then they said, oh, well, that's actually nice.
What's wrong with it?
Yeah, what's wrong with it? So let's... And this is why we think it's classical, because we've seen serifs since the Roman times. Well, not myself personally, but...
Don't date yourself. Yeah, so this is a beautiful one. There's so many to choose from, and maybe we will explore some other options since we have some time today. And I definitely want to focus on this. And we will definitely go back to working on the zine layout, absolutely, but I think this is a perfect day 2 activity. So, let's see. I'm just gonna move these over.
I'm just looking at the subscriber numbers. Now we're at 198,579. Whew, that's a big jump from yesterday, and I think we may be able to make it to get to 200,000 by the end of tomorrow. Mm-hmm.
Call your friends.
Call your friends.
So
Mama, subscribe. Subscribe to what? Doesn't matter. Just subscribe.
Call your parents. Call your friends. So I just expanded this. This typeface, and I'm going to just play with it. This is all a very organic process, and again, when you're customizing type or creating custom type, you kind of just have to spew out a lot of different options and not worry too much what looks good or bad, because inevitably you're going to create some stuff that doesn't work, but that's all part of the process. So we're just gonna kind of dump a load of work out and see what sticks.
Well, Ben has an idea here. Can we rotate the ends in the logo to use as Z's?
Rotate the ends. Oh. That is a good observation. They are super similar. Maybe we can try that shortly. And these can be pretty rough. I think it's good to get ideas out, and then when you like something, we can just fine-tune it. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to use the blend tool. I could just copy these and make several lines, but what we can do is use this blend tool, and it takes these and makes a bunch, and you can choose how many are in between, which is a super helpful tool. So maybe I only want 2 in between. I can turn on preview and get a nice feel for how it'll look. So it's just a way to kind of speed things up, and that's pretty nice. Obviously, you do have to keep in mind printing processes. In some cases, depending on the ink and the paper, the black might bleed over into the lines, and that could be an issue. So all things to consider, but at this point in the process, we're just having fun, and we're just exploring what could be.
Yeah, hairlines look good on the screen, but not
always good in print. Yep. So yeah, definitely good to keep things in mind for how they'll play out in real life.
Something's happening.
It's burning. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, something's burning.
Something's burning.
Just a little excitement for you.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we're in the dark now. Ooh. My God. Yep, this is not cool.
Try to fix it.
And let's hope it's not gonna, like, if the alarm goes off, we have to get out of the building. Yeah.
Oh, it smells bad. Sorry for that.
Yeah. Oh wow, that is super bad. Is there like smoke detectors in here? I see the. This is live drama, people.
There's a smoke detector right
Oh damn it.
above.
Okay,
Oh shit.
we have to be careful now.
Oh shit.
Be prepared to close your computer.
Okay.
We have to run.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's starting to dissipate.
Yeah, but I don't know how.
It stopped. It stopped burning.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
My heart is beating so hard.
I know,
Yeah,
I-
like we have to be careful. At my age, this could like result in something very like dramatic. Like
Do we still have green screen? It still works.
yes. Oh, okay.
okay.
We still have the green screen.
It is electrifying.
Yeah, and we have
Okay.
the guy still looking in the right direction. Okay.
It's me.
So maybe, yeah, I don't know. Do you want maybe to alert somebody about that? That if the alarm
Yeah,
goes off,
okay.
you know, like, okay.
I will be back.
All right, so you know what? Let's just continue working on the Zen zine.
Yeah, let's all be
Yeah.
a little zen right now.
Okay.
Few deep breaths. All right, let's look at some type again. Distract ourselves.
Oh, somebody wanted to see what's happening with the GoPro. We could have shown that.
So the roof
You guys want the live drama. This is not CNN. Come on. This is Adobe Live.
Actually, yes, I am going to save my work. Good call. In case we have to run.
We should be okay. I guess it would have already started to be. But
Yes.
yeah, because it stopped. Like the smoke stopped.
Mhm.
But there was some smoke.
Okay.
I saw some smoke.
All right.
What was that?
Yeah.
Hey, see, there is a burnt. Yeah, it was about to burn.
Thanks, Ryan.
Wow.
Yeah.
It was my designs.
Wow. I will open the door to see the.
Wow. Okay.
All in a day's work. Smells better now.
Yeah.
I think we'll survive.
You have to think we will survive. All right.
Just zenning out here.
But it smells really bad.
Yeah, it's not the best.
It's not toxic. I know.
It's not toxic?
No.
Okay.
This.
Got
Yeah,
my-
people are laughing because you're walking around without a head, Michael. Yes.
So we're still just creating some
Yes. Yes,
stuff
yes.
here.
Nothing stops Elena. All right.
I need to find the printer tomorrow.
Yep.
Is it okay to smell? Yeah.
Yeah, it's gotten better.
Yeah, we can live.
We'll survive.
We'll survive.
Yeah,
Wow.
Sorry for that.
Feel free to ask any questions along the way. I'm kind of just
One, one.
yes.
Yep, that was Michael the air cleaner. Aha. We have work in progress. Wow, this is a special day too.
We just got a ladder out.
Yeah, that's a big ladder.
The things you're
Yeah. Are you insured to like climb on that ladder?
Oh yeah, I work for the union.
Okay. Yeah, I think, yeah, Michael, you need a green uniform so at least you can do all the work and we don't see you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe my mom is watching.
Mm-hmm. And saying, Michael, non, Michael,
be
attention.
safe.
Michael,
Tu es
non,
fou, tu es
pas
fou.
l'échelle, tu es fou.
To make sure it's not burning anymore.
Ah, yes.
Oh.
It's not burning anymore. Can you imagine it went up in flames right like that?
Be terrified.
But people are saying in the chat that we were very brave that we didn't stand up and run. Yeah.
God. Yeah, these are, halogen. Halogen bulb.
Yeah.
So it could be dust.
Oh.
What was I doing?
Okay, we survived.
We survived. We can go on. Okay, and that's 20 minutes in. Day
Keeping
2.
things interesting
Yes.
for all of you.
It's a first, huh?
So we've lost a light, and this is why everything a little bit darker today.
No, actually,
It's actually okay.
doing a good job, yeah.
It's doing a good job.
I did some lights.
Yes, and I don't have that shine here anymore.
Yeah, maybe it's a little bit more glamorous.
Yeah, right?
Yes.
We should have a candle here, like Zen, you know?
Just taking it to new levels.
Yeah. So, Zeustal Productions is asking, how did you copy an object and paste it into the same place again?
Good question. I do it by memory, so I actually have to look.
Yeah, it's all shortcuts, right?
So Command C is copy.
Mhm.
So it's like, so I just Command C to the Z, and then Command Option Shift V. I guess I didn't. Oh. So Command Option Shift V will paste it back in the same exact place, which is super helpful. And that, I use across, in Illustrator and in design. It's
Or they say
helpful.
Control F or Control B to copy in front or behind.
yes, yeah.
The
shortcuts
chat
are
is
great.
so educated. I love it.
I know.
They know all the shortcuts. And they help each other.
That's wonderful.
One family, people, one family.
Again, keeping this pretty rough just because it is one of many options that we can explore. So, I'm gonna play around with seeing if rounded edges will look nicer or not. So I just went into the stroke and rounded the caps, and now if you zoom in, we can see what it looks like. Again, kind of rough. Nothing is perfectly centered right now, but I think we'll leave it at that so that we have that as an option and continue forward. If we end up liking that, we can always go back to it and perfect it. I'm just going to group that and move it off to the side. I like to keep one live type, and then I like to expand one because it's just easier to work that way. And if I mess up horribly, I can always just go back. Zen, Michael.
Zen.
All right, I'm gonna try a similar thing, but with some circles, just to see, since we have some time to play. I don't necessarily want to mess with the form of the letters too much, because I think it's really beautifully crafted already. And they obviously created these letters this way for a reason. It's, you can go in and edit something. I could, for example, take this and have it go straight up and down and create like a sharper feeling. But I think I'm not going to mess with it too much, because I think that they did a beautiful job.
So Hypersonic said, how can this be accurately portrayed for the printing process? Will the lines look just as good?
Probably
as nice?
not. No, yeah, and
Depends.
that's...
I mean, it's pretty big type, so...
It is big. Again, it depends on the printing method, the paper, the ink. All those can factor in, which is why it's great to get a proof. If you're going to do a bunch of copies of something, always, if you can do a press check, do it, because that way you can catch any issues that arise before you send a lot of things to print. And feel free to ask any questions. Yes, you should create your own zine. If that's something that interests you, it's a great way to, there's no stress. It's not like creating something that's a 100-page magazine. It's a fun way to play around. I'm gonna do this again with blend. I'm gonna add a few more. I love the blend tool.
Yeah, the blend tool is like really, really cool.
And you can do things with colors, with shapes. You can, and you can do, this isn't a good example of it. I'll show you in a minute with something that's colorful or
we
a
have
different shape.
one of our viewers here, CIA Design, who's been experimenting a lot with the blend tool.
Yeah, it's
posting a whole bunch of stuff to Twitter.
It's so great.
And Instagram, putting our names in the tagging us, and then I have to always untag me because.
Add one more. I'm gonna grab this and ungroup it so that I can move the letters around more easily. And I'm doing this just because it's more the same. So this is where I'll Command C and then delete the underlying one and Command Option Shift V, and it pastes it right in place.
Yeah, thank you. It works on Windows even.
Yes.
Zoistal Productions. I wonder if that's a play with words. Zaustal is a pig stag.
Oh, interesting.
Yes, right? Pig Stag Productions.
Let me know if you guys want to see anything specific or if you have any questions about this. We'll keep this going relatively. We're not making anything perfect until we settle on one.
That's right, Ben. It's interesting watching someone else's work because it just shows how there is 100 different ways of doing the same thing.
Totally.
That's totally right.
Yeah.
And it's kind of reassuring.
Yeah, there's so many different ways. No necessarily right or wrong ways. There are better ways of doing things, but... So now you can see we have a couple going. They kind of live in the same world. We're just, we're playing with customizing this, adding some details to it. Now we might try one where we are altering the letter forms a little bit, but nothing too severe. Although we'll see where it takes us, because you really never know. For this, I think I'm going to play with another weight. This stencil is pretty cool because it takes away the really thin strokes and leaves you with kind of an abstracted look, which is interesting. I'm just going to play with the kerning a little bit before I outline it because I think it needs to be tweaked just a little bit, and then we can outline it and start playing with it. And again, this is something that can can change a little bit once we pick something that we like.
It has this kind of blurry effect, like, you know, like...
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually going to...
Wow, yeah, I mean... Is this actually the actual font?
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Oh, wow. I love it.
Yeah, so this is something that's, you know, not quite as legible, but really fun, and we'll see what we can do with it. It's really interesting and beautiful. But I definitely want to do something to customize it. So right now we're just kind of adjusting the kerning a little bit, and then we can fine-tune even more later. So I'm gonna drag a new one so that I can expand it, but still have the other one if I need to fall back on it. So we'll make it. We're gonna use the Pathfinder tool a little bit we're gonna mimic what the type is already doing, and then see where that takes us. So just grabbing these two shapes and then Pathfinder, so it joins them together, and then I'm gonna actually delete this one so you can see that we're starting to create kind of just with a circle and the pen tool, creating an interesting shape. What's the difference between expand and create outlines? For type, they do the same thing.
Yeah, and expand is really for what's the name? It's the. Can you just go into the edit menu and there's this thing? No, sorry, object. Shape. And no.
I think is it because I'm on it?
It's. I don't know if you made. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. Compound shapes.
Compound shapes.
So basically, you expand compound shapes to it's like almost like grouped shapes, and you expand them so that each object is separate. And create outlines. That's typically for text.
Yeah.
Because text comes as like postscript information, and it can be outlined.
Yeah, you can play around with it and see what it does. So just tweaking this a teeny bit, nothing too crazy for now, because we might end up using this, we might not, but we will see where it takes us.
Yes, Juliet. It will be possible to watch these live as replays. Yes. And there is actually two ways you can do that. On adobelive.com, there is a replay section where all these live streams are listed from this specific one. And if you go to the Creative Cloud YouTube channel, into the video section of the movies that we've created there, they're all there as well.
Yeah, great resource.
Mm-hmm. And at the end of 3 days, do you know how many hours that makes?
For everyone combined?
Yeah. 8 plus 8 plus 8 is 24 hours. 24 hours of streamed content.
Yeah, it's great to be able to watch it again if you miss it or miss something, want to rewatch something. Really helpful.
Hey, Robzilla. Robert Jenneret III is in the house. He's a super talented illustrator. He does illustrations on the iPad.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Hi.
All right, Simon. Simon is off home, so he'll tune back as soon as he gets there. All right, Simon.
Perfect.
Safe travels.
Till then.
Be safe.
So we're just customizing this. It's kind of looking cool.
Yeah, I also like the interaction of the rounded thing and the bottom of the N.
Yeah. I'm thinking of keeping some of these. We'll see where it takes us. And obviously great to be able to just to duplicate letter forms so you don't have to recreate them all over again.
So Ayub, yes, you're right. We're also at NAB, of course. A whole bunch of our colleagues are at NAB in Las Vegas right now. NAB is a big broadcasting and video. There's really two big events worldwide. Yes. One is NAB in Las Vegas and one is IBC in Amsterdam. And so NAB is happening right now. And I think if you go to the Premiere and the other video products Facebook pages, you probably can find streams from NAB.
I'm just duplicating that once more because I'm not sure yet if I want to, what I want to do with this. So it's nice to kind of have different iterations to fall back on.
Yeah, Ryan said it's got elegance to it now. Not so sharp poking your eye.
It's fun, and you see some things work, some things don't. It's great to mess around with it and see where you land.
Well, Ben says, we'll try to keep watching from home, but kids make it difficult. Well, actually, we've had people in previous streams that were actually watching the stream with their kids.
Oh, that's so cool. Yeah. That's amazing. Teach them young. Actually. I'm gonna leave that there. Ask me any questions that you have, because I'm just kind of
you just go ahead.
Going along. Again, if we do things like this, we'll probably have to track the whole thing out a little bit more. Which way is better? Maybe that's cool. You guys creating those postcards? I want to see some soon.
Yeah, we can have some. We can have a look at some later. I think there's some posts here on Twitter. Ah, that's a good point, Ollie. The rounded elements of the text reflect the shapes used in your work in the zine.
Yes. Good call out.
They're paying attention.
You are, yay.
So yeah, expand is to expand. I forgot the word again.
Outline or?
No, the compound objects.
Yes.
So yes, so basically, when you expand a whole bunch of text, it becomes a compound shape. Mm-hmm. All right, and then you expand it as well, so you can access all the different shapes.
Yes.
It's like almost like ungroup.
Again, we're just playing around here. Maybe this works, maybe it doesn't. It's starting to look a little bit illegible, which is, you still need to maintain legibility. But it's really fun to explore, and there's no wrong way when you're exploring. Just good to get it out on paper, or in this case, the computer.
Well, I think at NAB I have, there's my brother from another mother, Jason Levine. And I think he's got quite a few talks there, so check it out. Jason Levine.
I'm gravitating toward this one because I know I haven't finished this top one yet, but I do think that if I continue on this route, it might start to be too illegible, and we don't want that. We still want people to read what we're doing. But it's good to try everything. And I think, again, all very subjective. I think that maintaining some of these sharper edges and mixing them with the rounded ones creates a nice tension in a good way. Mm-hmm. When it's all rounded, it can start to feel a little bit too bubbly.
So I see there's a lot of Germans here in the chat, and I just wanted to tell everybody that we are planning a stream in German again. So we've done one a few, like last month or something, and we're going to be doing again on May the 16th, 17th, and 18th. Okay, Mai der 16., 17., 18. Mai, ein Adobe Livestream auf Deutsch. Mhm. Mark your calendars.
Thanks, Adam. I'm liking the bottom one too. I'm gonna put them both over here because you can never have too many options. But this is where we're starting to get. So again, it's all the same base typeface, and then customizing it. But I definitely am liking this. Mm-hmm. It's strong, but also a bit quirky.
Yeah, Rob Zilla says nice negative space around the characters. Yeah, it makes new shapes, which are interesting.
Yeah, definitely. And since I already expanded this type, I'm just doing a really rough job at fake kerning. Since I expanded it, I can't actually kern it properly with the tools, so we're just doing a little quick look at what needs space where, or what might have too much space.
Yeah, Anna Belen says the first two are a bit too Art Deco. Mm-hmm. And when you start thinking about the sense of Zen, like the rounded shades, like start getting more into that direction, I think.
Yeah. I think this one feels a little bit too circusy. Just feels kind of like those neon lights.
Yeah.
These are definitely feeling more in the realm that we want to be in, just that those organic shapes mixed with the sharp edges, the feet. Save it.
Vestal Productions, the German stream will take place here on adobelive.com. And we're going to be streaming through the Adobe Germany Creative Cloud channel, the YouTube channel.
You were just going to show far effect postcard.
Yes, we already.
You showed something.
No, we didn't, but we talked about it. We're going to do it.
Cool.
All right. I think it would be fun to try a completely different typeface now, just to see, to change it up a little bit. I'm just going to look through my notebook because I sketched a couple things out, and let's see. Okay, so Zenzine.
The theme of the German stream will be graphic design and illustration.
Yeah.
Yay! I have great guests. It's a surprise.
Yeah. And maybe you can talk about the. Oh no, you can't.
I can't?
And can we talk about the residence?
No.
No, we can't.
No. Yes,
No.
we can say the Adobe Creative Residence exists now, and we have 2 residents in Germany, but I can't say who they are.
That's what
Yes,
I wasn't sure.
we have 2 creative residents in Germany.
Do you know what this is, Elena? The creative residence?
I've heard
I've
it,
heard.
but I don't know.
Okay, so basically, yeah, the Creative Residency is a really cool project. Let me just open the page.
I've heard the name.
I'm just gonna move over to my.
This is GT Walsheim, this typeface. I'm just using a bunch of different weights, but it's all the same typeface.
So the Creative Residency is, is actually a program that we have that we support creatives, and we actually give them funding for a whole year of work so that they can concentrate just on their projects and.
That is so incredible.
Yeah, and so these are the ones from this year: Sarah Dici, Christine Herron, Sid Weiler, Craig Winslow. And these are the first 2 residents, Kelly Anderson and Becky Simpson.
Amazing.
And yeah, and we'll very soon be announcing the new creative residents.
So exciting. That's incredible. Is it possible to see the doodle? So you can see the sketches. I just did some really, really rough sketches, mostly for the first few that I was working on. Because I knew that I was probably leaning toward that first typeface.
Which one is
So-
GoPro? It's
Here, let
copy
me,
of post. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Let me.
Do you have it? Do you have it in your sketchbook?
Yeah. Well, they're very rough.
Ah, there we go. Let's
Let me
wait.
see.
Oh no,
It's okay, it's okay.
it's okay. I thought I just.
I'm just recording a video.
There we go.
No big deal.
So super rough, but just playing with, nothing has to be crazy. Perfect. It's just for you.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Let's see. All right. So over here, we're just doing something completely different because it's great to try everything. A little funky, but could be interesting. So just to refresh your memory, to let people know who haven't been here since the beginning, I'm working on a zine, which we started yesterday, and I can pull it up really quickly. This is kind of where we landed. Working with type, working with these images that I create in my free time that are all, they're hand created, they're collages, doodles. And so for the first part of today, we're just focusing on creating a custom type treatment to live up here.
It's a good question, Raina. What sort of things do you think of when you think of Zen?
For me personally, I was drawn to this because it's something that when I do this work, the reason I do it is to de-stress, to just clear my head, to create something by hand that is it's tactile, it's fun for me. It's because we're all, often in front of the computer a lot. So to be able to do something tactile is really great. And to me, that is kind of my Zen spot. So I think whatever makes you calm and collected, and, that's how I see it. So I'm just going to adjust the, this is still live type, so I'm just going to adjust the kerning a little bit because I played so much with the different weights in the same word that we need to adjust it a little bit.
Yeah, Babo, you can actually change things on the postcard. This is just a template. The only thing that we want you to keep is really the name and your website. And on page 2, finish the postcard. You can change the colors, you can change the graphics, you can change the images in the background, you can change the fonts, you can change anything you really want. And but basically, this is really, we've created this so that everybody has like a consistent format.
Show us what you got. So I don't know if this one's
Tell
working.
me when
or
you're
not.
ready to look at some postcards.
I would love to do that. I'm just gonna place this over here in our little library of things that we've created in the past 40 minutes, and then let's look at some postcards.
All right.
That'll be fun.
So let's go over to my screen for a second. Okay, so here is the Adobe Live hashtag on Twitter. That's what I'm filtering through. And let's look at the 4 new results here. Okay, this is a piece I did for a personal zine I'm working on. Joy all.
For all the.
For all the.
I think it's super, super cool, but I would definitely work on the legibility of it because the.
Yes, it's so. If I'm having a hard time reading it, it's beautiful. I like how the lines and everything work, but that did not see.
Yeah, I think the lockup is interesting, but
the.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Work on the,
you get it.
The legibility to make sure that you can still have those flowy letter forms, but as long as it's legible and you can read it quickly.
That's the point, right? It needs to be read quickly.
Yeah,
Things like either, or it becomes something decorative that doesn't, need to be read and, lines.
But in this case, it seems like a statement.
All right, so here we have a postcard. Oh, very, how do you say? Okay, that's UX designer, I guess. Excelsior Media from Sydney, Australia.
Hi, Sydney.
I like the way the X is working with the serifs going all in different directions. It almost looks like something that can turn.
Yeah.
I don't even know if the Wi-Fi signal here is actually necessary.
Yeah, I don't think you need it. I think that, unless there's a strong reason behind it, it would be interesting to see without. It is interesting also the use of the visible grid, since it is UX design. I'd also look into maybe another shade of blue would be interesting, because this seems like a very kind of corporate color or shade of blue, so I'd be interested to see what other shades you might explore.
Mm-hmm. Good point. Okay, Loris tweeted about his winning.
Yay, Loris. Congrats again.
And Julien says there's a whole bunch of interesting stuff happening on adobelive.com, right? Oh, Adobe InDesign tweeted.
Okay.
Adobe Deutschland, Adobe España. Here we go. Christopher Yern. Let's look at your postcard. Fresh and clean. Yern, graphic design.
Can see some gold or brass looking.
What does the FE stand for? Fresh and clean? No. Maybe we see it on the other side of the... From Stockholm, Sweden. All right, I guess that's...
I like the back.
Yeah.
I would, if you, I guess I'd like to know a little bit more context for the front.
Yeah.
But the type is nice.
Oh, this one, military looking. From Rotterdam. Oh, that's the back of the card. Design Studio Netherlands. And how's the front? Go with Adobe where the action is. Yep, on Adobe Live.
For this, I think, again, like type legibility is key. Maybe try tracking out the this type a little bit so that the letters aren't so close together. It might be a quicker read. And it looks like there's
some issues with the shadows here. What's your take on shadows?
I think don't use them when possible. Sometimes a really, really subtle one can help you if you need to overlay type on something. But ideally, only use it to make something more legible. Very, very subtle.
So I just wanted to go back to this one here. Well, yes, of course, FE is for iron, but I don't know why it's iron. Anyway. Oh. Orlando Oyola.
Cool.
I like the low poly parrot.
Yeah, I like the colors of the... Wait, what is that? A toucan?
Toucan.
Is
Yeah, it's
that
not a
what it is?
parrot. Yes, sorry.
Parrot with the biggest beak ever. I like the colors of the tree and the colors of the bird.
I like the back as well. Very simple.
New York.
Yeah. Irene Studio. No, Jessica Fowler. Jessica Renee Fowler Studio. I don't know. And this is... Oh, these are fish.
Koi fish?
So that was yesterday's joke, right? Do you remember?
No, where was I?
What's a fish without an eye? Yeah. What's a fish without an eye?
You don't need to laugh at his jokes. It's okay.
No, you don't. No, it's just. All right, maybe a little bit. Okay, a little bit more work on the back, if you feel like it. But I think, could be interesting, the color combination with the front and the back.
Yeah, I'm curious if the koi have a significance to you or what you do. It'd be interesting to see it in the context of your work.
From Phoenix, Arizona. Or maybe not La Japanese Friendship Garden of Phoenix. Okay, so maybe. Oh, that's from yesterday. But let's look at one last one.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that. That's
Yeah,
kind of
it's
cool. That
type.
like stand out is really.
Yeah.
Be bold. RB Design. Ryan Bruce.
Cool.
All right. Well, thank you guys for submitting
Yeah.
to Twitter using the Adobe Live hashtag. We will be continuing to look at those. And remember that on Friday, we will be selecting 10 of these postcards. And these 10 designers, creatives, will actually get a 1-year subscription to Adobe Creative Cloud. And if you already are subscribing to Creative Cloud, don't worry. It'll simply add another 12 months to your current subscription.
It's a good
Okay.
deal.
It's a good
Keep
deal.
them coming.
Yep.
We'd love to see.
Let's move back to Zenzine.
Zenzine. All right. So again, this is where we've come to so far. Work in progress. So I'm actually going to do one more with this typeface. Excel. I never know how to pronounce these.
Yeah.
We'll do the large, so we have the extreme thick and thin, just to change it up a little bit. I'm gonna bring it down, expand this, and then I'm gonna break it up a little bit. I'm gonna use a piece from this stencil one. Just breaking it apart, and then I'm going to take this little piece in the E. So it's cool to be able to break up these letter forms and create new shapes out of them. We'll try this and see where it takes us. That is not symmetrical, so I'm gonna reflect it vertically.
Yes, Conrad, you can design as many postcards as you want.
They're fun to see.
Yeah. Tony says, maybe it's cheesy, but highlighting the Zen and in some way could be cool to support your concept.
Where is that? Oh yeah, okay, thank you. Very open to suggestions.
So, Joe, that's a very good question. What happens after 200,000 subscribers?
Dun, 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 dun.
Dun, 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 dun. What happens after if we hit 200,000 subscribers? If we hit by the end of tomorrow, which is the end of our live stream this week. If we hit the number by tomorrow, well, we will be asking our Nightbot, which is an automated system, to select somebody in the chat, and the lucky winner will get a ticket to Adobe Max, happening in October in Las Vegas.
So cool. Still
Yep.
jealous.
Yes, that's right, Cedric. That's a very special giveaway. And very shortly, we will also be doing a giveaway here in the chat. I just have to think about a question. I'll think about it. Oh, I like that little star in the
Yeah,
middle. Mhm.
I can't decide if I want to. It did come from this one, so it might be better to. Yeah, just a way to break it up. We'll see how it looks.
Almost happened.
All right, so we're going to be doing a giveaway now. So let me just remind you how that works. We have an automated system called Nightbot, and Nightbot will actually help us to automatically select somebody in the chat that gave us the correct answer to the question that I'm going to ask about. Yes, and we're actually going to, to reward people who are staying here with us during
Yes.
during the stream, and about
Prize.
what?
Creative Cloud subscription.
Oh yes, and the prize, of course, well, the giveaway is a 1-year Creative Cloud subscription. Okay,
So good.
but you have to give the right answer, and basically, something happened 20 minutes into the live stream today, and yes, my question is, what happened 20 minutes into the live stream today?
You need to
Okay.
describe the
Yes,
situation.
you need to describe the situation, and there is one specific word we're looking for. So good luck, everyone.
It's a 4-letter word.
Oh, that's no. I'm not gonna make it that easy.
Tell us what happened.
Tell us what happened.
It was dramatic.
It was it was dramatic.
Very intense.
Yes, but we were very zen, I must say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The theme of this, fortunately. Deborah Garber.
Yeah.
It's a mix of.
Yeah.
So yes, so let me just give you a hint. It's a 4-letter word. It's not the 5-letter word. Which is technically correct as well, but the one word that Nightbot will be looking for is a 4-letter word.
You guys are watching.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and then suddenly, even people who weren't watching, they see, oh, there's a pattern here.
Yeah.
Fire,
Fire in the chat.
All right. Yes, of course, it was a little fire in the studio.
Little mini fire.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Nightbot.
Nightbot.
So can you tell that we need to share the Twitter?
Yes. So as soon as we announce the winner, we will need the winner to share their Twitter handle here in the chat so that we can pick it up and contact you to give you all of the information you need to actually claim your 1-year subscription to Adobe Creative Cloud.
Ready? 3, 2, 1. Lukas Rettelsdorf.
Lukas Rettelsdorf. That sounds very German to me. So
Congratulations.
yes, Lukas, you've just won yourself a subscription, 1-year subscription to Adobe Creative Cloud. So
Subscribed,
Lukas, what we need.
November.
Yeah, Lucas subscribed in November.
November
Wow.
2016.
So that was Max.
Right after Max.
Right after Max. So long-time subscriber, Lucas.
Yeah.
Thank you. And Lucas, we just need your Twitter handle here. Since you're a long-time subscriber, you know how it works.
Congratulations, Lucas. And to all of you who
Mm-hmm.
saw our mini fire.
Yep.
Oh,
Is someone
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
isn't sure? Sure.
And you can stop writing the answer now. We already have the winners. So Lucas, we need your Twitter handle.
All right, so here's an option that we can add to this pile. We're gonna do just a couple more, and then try placing it in the actual
Just a
zine.
second, because Lucas is here. Well, thanks, and it is German, yes. Lukas Rettelsdorf. Can I reach out to you on Facebook?
Reach out to me.
Yeah, reach out to Michael Shays, okay? Michael Shays. Don't reach out to me. Don't reach out to Rufus. Although I would love you to reach out to me, it wouldn't be beneficial for you to get your prize. So you reach out to Michael Shays. And Lucas, if you haven't heard already, on May 16, 17, and 18, I will be streaming in German, live from Paris.
Yes.
Yes, from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Central European time. So it's going to be all in German, and I have some incredible guests who are going to be talking in German.
Don't want to miss it, as long as you can understand. Or maybe not.
Well, Christoph is asking, Elena, which is your favorite of the zines? Well, we're going to be deciding as soon as,
Yeah, we're going to do a couple more.
Yeah, we'll do-
Not too many, because we still have plenty of work to do on the actual zine. So doing a couple more options, seeing what feels best. If you have any suggestions that you want to throw out there of what you like. I think I'm leaning so far toward this one because I like the... has some organic shapes, but also those.
And I like the
those sharp
blurriness
edges.
of it. It looks a
Yeah.
bit blurry, like especially with the missing letter shapes. It gives this feeling that's somehow, how can I say, relaxing. Zen. Yeah.
Good. Job done. All right, a couple more, and then moving back to the zine. So, I think we're gonna try something else. Let me look at some of my sketches again.
Oh, Yorgos says, flashback. My entry exam to art school was to create a zine about myself.
Fun.
Yeah.
It's always fun to do projects where you have complete freedom, but also sometimes hard because those, I mentioned it yesterday, but sometimes those restraints or constraints and restrictions do make things better because you have to think in a different way. And when you have complete freedom, sometimes it can be, what do I do?
That's right. That's why it's good to take notes and have a sketchbook, because this is one way of like gathering all the things you want to do eventually, and then when you suddenly have time to actually dedicate to yourself or to a personal project, that's what you can go back to, because you will not remember them. That's for sure.
No, so true. So true.
Oh, Anna Belen is leaving us. Oh no, please don't start this again, Anna. This was like, when was that? The Rufus, son of Aragorn? Oh, that was like from Paris, yes. Bye, Elena. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. Just trying, before I customize anything more, I'm going to just try a few more. Since it seems like we're leaning toward the serifs, just a few more options. This typeface is really cool, but I love the R in it. And I obviously don't have any R's, so I don't know if it's not super beautiful.
So Ben Graves, I feel for you. Oh my God, having to use PowerPoint client request, pulling my hair out. It happens. So good luck with that. J.R. Ingram asked, where does Elena work?
I work at Milk Makeup, which is based in Milk Studios in New York City. So I'm the art director there.
And Nikolai, yes, we are still doing the 200,000 subscribers giveaway. But we need 200,000 subscribers by tomorrow. Yeah. Share the stream. Unleash the power of social media.
Let's get there.
Well, have a good dinner, Mr. Curious. Yes, this episode sure was fun and on fire.
On fire.
Yes.
For better or for worse.
Sure, you missed the drama.
Yeah. Fire. Yes.
This blew
Can you
out a
still
bulb.
smell the smoke?
No.
No? Okay. So Bettina Frenzemeyer, the stream in German will be May 16, 17 and 18. 3 days in German. So just, just subscribe, just follow me on Twitter or Facebook, and, I will be updating everybody there. I have some incredible guests coming for the German stream. And the week prior to that, and let me just go to my calendar here, we will be streaming live from Paris, but in English at that point. Wow, it's like the streaming never ends. So May 9, 10, and 11, we're going to be doing graphic design and illustration in English.
Fun.
And that's going to be one of those streams where we stream from 4 p.m. to midnight every day, so that we can accommodate also US times. So 4 p.m. to midnight, that's Central European time. And that's where the very infamous night shift is happening. Yes, the night shift, the 10 to midnight. And
That's intense.
Yeah, that's super intense. And but people love the night shift with Rufus Döschler.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, that's how we started calling it.
That's cool. Thanks, Raina.
My Twitter handle is RufusD. And it's even verified, so you can't go wrong.
Fancy.
Yes, Nikolai, that's a good question. Of course, we stream about a whole bunch of different topics. So as you've all noticed, we don't specifically stream about specific software or applications or features or things like that. What we love doing is stream together with creative professionals that share with us their way of thinking, their workflow, and the cool things they do. And I think that's the best way to actually, learn. Is
Yeah.
to see how other people are working.
Yeah.
And I can never be thankful enough to, to people like you who actually share.
It's so much fun.
Yeah, I mean, so much has changed since the year, the 90s and the 2000s, where everybody was so secretive and this is my technique, and if I show my technique, everybody will be using it. That's not the case anymore.
No. Yeah, it's great to share and learn from other people, and no two projects are going to necessarily come out alike, so there's no harm. All right. So I think we're going to move back.
Jacques has an interesting question
Yeah.
for you. What's your process for? I like it, for auditioning fonts, serif, sans, bold, display, etc. Metaphorical thinking, etc.
I guess it depends on the project. I guess the first choice is figuring out, do you want it to be a serif or a sans serif? Do you want it to feel more classic, more modern? There are some typefaces that have a little bit of both, but in general, being able to make that decision first will help everything else. So maybe the work is very is classic and traditional, so you need something that's a more traditional typeface, in which case you'd use a serif, or maybe you want to juxtapose it and do something completely opposite. So making that choice, but then also choosing type pairings, which, maybe if you're using a sans serif in the headline, you use serifs in the body copy, or vice versa. So figuring out to what brand it is that you're creating for, and making sure it makes sense for them, because type is one of those things that in an instant it creates this, this feeling, and without seeing any images, by what the type looks like, a little bit about the work.
Thank you. And Elaine, There are some fonts that are not available in the German version of Typekit. There is no German or international version of Typekit. Typekit is Typekit. There is a special section in Typekit for Asian fonts, and that's super cool for the Asian, if you need to, to do things in Korean, Japanese, or Chinese. But no, it's not like in Germany there is less fonts on Typekit. Nope. There might be some fonts that I don't even think there are fonts that are missing, the umlaut and the Eszett and all these strange German letters,
Yeah, but even if you go into the glyphs, a lot of those you can find those if you need them.
Yes, also because Typekit fonts are typically open type fonts, and I think they contain all the necessary letters.
Yeah.
There is a really cool thing on Typekit. Let me see if I can go there for a second.
You can search and say, I need
Yeah,
characters.
exactly.
Yeah.
So basically, that's what I wanted to show here, is if you browse in the fonts, there's actually this little thing down here that says language support, and it says, but I don't think yes, German here. Okay, you can filter through, but German, okay, let's see. There's like 66 pages here. Let's filter through German. 61 pages.
Oh, yeah.
So
no shortage.
Helene, no, there's 5 pages less.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's not
Okay.
Teeny shortage.
So there's a teeny shortage of fonts, but that probably just means that some of the characters like the umlaut and the Eszett and the Eszett is this S. Let me just type it in here for a second. Like this is the umlaut. This is the Eszett. Okay. Oh, you see, like Aesir doesn't have the Eszett, for example, so it's SS.
That's still super cool.
But yeah. But no, I wouldn't consider that as a big problem. All right.
Font selections. So I love to. There are so many amazing foundries that if you get lost and need some type inspiration or need to find a new typeface for a project, there's so many out online that you can find, whether it's on Typekit or there's some great, this one that I'm using right now is from Letters from Sweden. There's TDF, which is the designer's foundry, which has some great ones. Grilly type. There's so many foundries, so you can just pour through those and find something that works well for you. It just depends on the project. And then, do I have any work experience from countries or states outside of New York? Yeah, I used to work in California, here in San Francisco, actually. So I've worked in California and New York.
West Coast, East Coast.
Yeah, maybe someday Europe. We'll see.
Asia.
Maybe. I'm open to anything. All right, so we're back in InDesign in our zine that we've created. And another reason that I think it's nice to stick to our original typeface that we then modified is because we are using this type elsewhere. And it's just a nice way to tie the whole thing together. So I'm going to place this in.
I'm just gonna go back to the front camera here because it's super creepy that there's this picture of Michael looking at me all the time here.
Where am I?
Yeah, here, like in between us.
When I was in the army.
Yeah, when you were in the army, yeah. When
Looking
Michael was in the army,
suave.
yeah, he's like just sitting there here, and I could go, good boy. That's Michael, yes. Yeah.
It was like 10 years ago.
10 years ago, yeah.
Yeah. It's amazing.
Kind of does look like you, actually. I look back and it's just a green screen, but
Yeah. That's like. Absolutely, Tara. You can participate in the contest if you're a student. You don't have, you don't have to have a website, but if you have a Behance page, perfect. That can be your website on the postcard. So just to remind everybody who just joined us on the stream, there is an ongoing contest. If you go here on adobelive.com, there's a button at the lower right of the interface that says contest, and right below it also says get the template. And basically we've prepared a Illustrator template for you to use to put in your graphics, your designs, choose the fonts you want, and publish that postcard to Twitter using the Adobe Live hashtag. Hashtag Adobe Live. One word.
Let's see them.
Mm-hmm. So Jeanette, was Typekit in the previous version of Illustrator? It depends what version you're talking about, but Typekit is definitely a Creative Cloud feature. So if you're talking about CS6, Typekit does not work with CS6. But the cool thing is that Typekit is included in the Creative Cloud subscription, so you have access to all of those fonts. And the really cool thing, it removes all that gray area about fonts.
Yeah,
right,
yeah. It's so wonderful.
Mm-hmm. I remember the times when my computer was full of fonts, like coming from printers, and you were like going, but can I use that? Did I license it? No, yeah. So with Typekit, you just
you don't need to worry about it.
License it.
All right. So we've now placed this new thing that we've created on our title page, which is looking pretty cool. It's not obviously quite as legible as the original, which was just.
But like somebody said in
guy.
the chat, it's the round shapes are actually working very well together with your doodles and art.
Yeah, I think it's quite fluid because a lot of these have soft edges, and so it mimics that a little bit, which is nice. I'm just gonna go back really quickly and manually track this out a little bit just to see if that helps legibility at all. We might not need to, but I'm gonna make sure all these are grouped together, which they look like they are.
So Jacques is asking, what internal process allowed you to select your font as a final candidate? What tipped you over the edge commit? So we have to interpret that a little bit. But basically, what is it that made you decide for that last one?
Yeah, no, good question. Well, I didn't know 100%, but I had a feeling that I wanted to use a serif typeface, not something super classic, because the work itself is fairly modern and it's hand created. So the reason, and I'll just go back to the zine so you guys can see a little bit of the work. So either a serif or a sans serif would have worked, honestly, but it was something that I wanted to make it give it a little edge. And then the reason that we landed here on this one that's a mix of rounded and sharp edges is because the work itself has a lot of that, so it kind of mimics it. But then it still ties in with the typefaces that are used throughout that we haven't altered in any way.
So Annie Gypsy, yes, we have talked about that before, but that's not a problem. You can just walk in whenever you want into these live streams. So we actually say, publish to Twitter with the hashtag Adobe Live. But if you don't have Twitter, and I acknowledge that many people don't have Twitter.
I don't have a Twitter.
You don't have a Twitter?
I don't have a Twitter.
Okay, there you go. You can also use Instagram. We will be checking Instagram, not Facebook, Instagram. Because Instagram allows for hashtags. And it's the same hashtag, Adobe Live.
I'm leaning toward the one that's not quite as tracked out. And again, just doing this manually because I've already, this is expanded. We're just going to grab this one. I'm going to save this real quick. All right, we're getting close. So it's exciting when you kind of get to see it all come together, when the type comes together with the images. And maybe this is a little close, so we'll pop it down. So that's looking pretty cool. I'm liking the way that it feels and the way that it goes with everything else. Zine. All right. So I think we can start to work on the actual layout a bit more and place some more images and play with type a little bit. I think we have about 20 minutes left or so.
No, yep. 25.
25 minutes. And then back tomorrow. I'm going to play with this page a little bit because I don't feel like it's 100% there. And since we have so little type in here, I want to make any type that does exist feel really strong and feel like it's there for a reason. If you watched yesterday, this was kind of just an ironic spread because it's saying don't just look at the pictures, which is something I do. I think a lot of people are guilty of that. And this is mostly image-based, so it's just kind of funny. So I've just copied that over. And it's great to be able to create multiple spreads and then pick the best one that works. And as you can see, I'm still working to my grid.
Hey Gus, welcome. That's Gus, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
I guess.
And also, which music is playing right now, Michael?
Oh, right now.
Right now.
Right now it's tough.
Right now it's tough, yeah. You don't know the songs by now?
I don't know the name of it. And we just switched to a new one, so I cannot look at the iPad.
Ah, okay.
Sorry.
So these are obviously it's headline type. It's very graphic. We're just playing around with it. I'm not going to worry about the page numbers and page information right now because we can always deal with that later.
So Idira is asking, do you tend to use the baseline grid in your work?
For more type-based things, yeah. I don't really need it for this. It's, all grids are so you can set up any type of grid that works for you and update it if you need to as you go along. But because we don't have any real body copy in this, I'm not worrying about it. I just have a pretty basic grid. Which emotions do I think transmit color yellow? I mean, for me, it's a very happy color. It also has a lot of energy. I think that energetic quality is nice, and it also balances out the idea of something it's kind of contradictory because this is all very, it's a relaxing process for me to do these pieces. But then using colors that have a lot of energy, I'm always very drawn to this kind of like orangey red color. And I think when it's used in the right amounts, which is all very subjective, I think it's, you know, it doesn't scream. It's very empowering, very powerful. I'm going to apply none to this so that I can see what I'm doing a little bit better.
There's some really cool postcards coming in, but I think we're going to be looking at them in another
The
slot.
next round.
So Ollie, yes, nice work. Sean Patrick, like yours as well. If you want a sneak peek at the postcards, all you need to do is to go to Twitter and search for the hashtag Adobe Live. Some good stuff happening here.
Yeah, they're looking amazing from what I can see.
Ryan Ford says, Ryan in a meeting, I'm back now. What did I miss? Depending on when you left.
Go check out the YouTube after this.
There was a fire. There was a whole bunch of Illustrator action.
I think he was here for the fire. I feel like I could be wrong. I recognize your name. I know I already used this image, but I'm just haven't decided yet where we're gonna have it end up. And it'll be fun tomorrow to see the whole thing come together. We'll finish everything up and really see all this, you know, all this as a finished piece.
Oh, so it was a short meeting, Ryan. 30 minutes ago.
Nice. I love just copying and pasting these and making several different versions super quickly so that I can make the decision later based on everything what's looking the best, what feels the best.
So Mundir, yes, there are books about grids. I can't remember like specifically which ones now.
I think one's like grid systems. I think they're pretty simple names. I think that one's pretty good. So we'll just do like one more option of this and then move on to another spread.
Oh, Jack is continuing to ask about the color yellow. Could it transmit anxiety to you or other people you know? Oh, maybe.
I mean, there is theories behind color, like
Yeah,
psychology,
but it's like a geometric alignment of yellow and black that makes anxiety because it reminds of the wasp and certain snakes and things like that. But
it's often color pairing sometimes, and the amount of color used. Like I was saying about,
it's like cats and cucumbers, like it's just shape, and it's like the combination of black and yellow, but it needs to be in a certain way. I think yellow and a little bit of black, it is not anxious at all.
Yeah, to me, none of these make me feel anxious, and hopefully they don't.
Oh, Tom says, I like the one without the image. It makes the text more ironic.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. So this first one, maybe?
Yeah, or the one with just...
I think because I had this one. Grid systems. Yeah, I think it's grid systems. There's several books out there about grids, and probably some things online as well. Although it's always nice to get a book.
Yes, and colors do mean different things in different contexts, and colors also mean very different things in different cultures.
And that's true. Yes.
So yeah, when I was in Taiwan once and I was doing some graphics with, I don't remember which color it was. It might have been green. No, it wasn't Taiwan, it was Thailand. And basically I was using a combination of colors that was actually very political. And people told me, no, don't do that. No. Yes, I was like taking either the colors of the king or the colors of the government, and they're always like in conflict.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah.
And those are things, yeah, there's so many things out there that you don't always know. All right, so I'm going to...
Until there's a Twitter storm, right?
Until there's a Twitter storm. I'm going to move some of these down to the bottom. I don't like deleting any pages that I don't care for till the very end, just because you never know how things will work out in the grand scheme of things. But now I can't decide, which isn't the worst thing. We're just gonna pick one and move on. I'm gonna move this one up here and then move all of the other ones down a bit, so that they don't get in the way. It's all a process. Things evolve. These pages are tabloid pages, 11 by 17 inches.
Which doesn't mean anything to the rest of the world, but...
Yeah, I don't know what it is in.
I think by now inches is it only US?
Yeah, basically.
I think, yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. Josef Müller-Brockmann and Grid Systems.
Yes.
The classics.
So it's all kind of coming together. We definitely want something to tie it together even more, I think, because right now it's slightly disjointed, but we can definitely find ways. I think tomorrow we'll spend finishing this up and then fine-tuning to make it feel super cohesive.
And then print it.
And then print it, which is so exciting. Yesterday we skewed this, which is super cool. It's fun to mess with things a little, since this is obviously already so
this is Elena's bucket list.
Yeah, it's a few things from my bucket list. And just this part's really bugging me, but I think I'm gonna deal with that. Since we don't have too much longer,
fold?
I'm gonna deal with it later. Huh?
The fold is bugging you?
No, this little part where all the type is really tight right here.
Yeah.
But since we don't have too much time, I'm going to deal with that later, since it's not as interesting. So I'm going to place an image. And I think I'm going to take away the borders. Sometimes I like keeping them in, but since there's already so much going on this page, it might be better to get rid of them.
Yes, Mayan Chain, you can watch yesterday's live coming to adobelive.com. There's a button at the lower right of the interface that says replays, and all the replays will be there.
Yes.
Oh, and Jan says, Elena and Rufus, thanks for sharing the double-click options, especially for the text on path. I actually used it today.
Yes.
Yay.
You reminded me of that yesterday because I'd completely forgotten that even existed, and it's so much fun to play with.
Yeah, maybe we should look at just. I wish I remembered. Let's actually play with. Can we just make a new page?
Yeah.
Just, and if you make just a circle, like put type
Circle?
on like a curve.
Draw a path.
Yeah, draw a path.
Just a.
Like click, click, and click.
Oh, hold on, sorry.
All right, and and just click. Yeah, that's fine. Now let's put some text on it.
I'm gonna make this a little bigger so you guys can see.
Oh, and Mindy Brock is freaking out. Save your work, Elena.
Command S.
Command S, done. All right. Right, just copy paste that several times so we fill the line. Okay, now double click on the type on a path and use the gravity one, because the gravity one is something that's really interesting, and basically what happens is that all letters gravitate to the center of the shape.
It's so cool.
See what I mean? So
And you can
basically,
flip
if now you add to the shape, for example, if you continue
to type.
drawing, okay, and it actually makes the gravitation change. But if you go
Here, we'll add more type, yeah?
yeah, or if no, not more type, just more line.
Oh, even more?
No. Let's zoom out
good.
a second. And now add some one last point down here. So basically you change the center of gravity of the shape. And now, well, it doesn't need to be like, but you see how it all like gravitates now towards the center here?
So cool.
So with a little bit of control, like knowing exactly where the center is and how the shape is functioning around the center, you can really achieve some really cool things.
Yeah. Such a
I
fun...
know this is, messing with letter forms, but
sometimes it's okay.
sometimes it's okay.
As long as you know, as long as you can do the clean type as well.
Let me see if I can.
I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. These ones can get funky. Yeah, super fun tool. I'm gonna move this to the bottom. All right.
4 minutes left. Oh.
Stay tuned for tomorrow. Tomorrow will be fun. We get to actually finish this thing
print.
up and print it.
Yeah, we'll find the printer today. Maybe tomorrow we can give away one signed copy. Like
Oh, that'll
print
be
one, sign it, and
fun.
we
Yeah, would you guys like that if we...
maybe they
Yeah,
can-
let's hear it in the chat. Would you like it if we raffle out tomorrow, like in the chat, a signed copy of Elena's magazine? Let's hear the love. And what's the question? I don't know. Anyway, now we have 3 more minutes. So maybe you just mentioned it. Maybe I wasn't paying attention. Did you say what we were going to do tomorrow?
Yeah, so tomorrow we're going to wrap this up, finish placing the images that we have not placed yet. Do a few more type-based pages to break up all the image-based pages, and also just tie everything together. Right now it feels a little bit like very slightly disjointed just because we're creating things on the fly. So finding ways, probably typographically and with some color, to bring everything together in full circle, and making sure that it's one nice tidy piece, and then printing it. Oh yay, people want it.
I think they want a copy.
Yay.
Yes, I think they want to copy.
That'd be great.
Say, duh, what a question is that? Yeah. So, my friends, our stream with Elena is almost over for today. Remember, we will be back tomorrow with her at the same time, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Pacific time. Our next guest, Veronica Cordero, is here already. Oh, no, they left. Where did they go? Oh.
Out of here.
Oh, okay, so they will be back, and there's also a surprise new host, Shiori Takei a colleague of ours from
Otemba.
Tokyo, Otemba. Yes, Otemba. That's actually a good keyword. Remember that, Otemba.
Yeah,
That might be a question for a raffle during Shiori's hosting here. Otemba. Remember that. And then, of course, later today, Nina Chen will be back, and Christine Arth as well. And we will be working on a whole bunch of new projects. This is day 2 of our graphic design live stream from San Francisco. And they stream for 3 days. And like I mentioned before, by the end of tomorrow, we will have streamed 24 hours.
That's incredible.
Yes, 8 plus 8 plus 8. I always have to do the math in my mind, like 8 plus 8 plus 8. That's 24 hours.
Thank you all
Make sure to
so
subscribe.
much.
Yes, and remember that we're almost hitting 200,000 subscribers on the Adobe Creative Cloud YouTube channel. And if we hit that number during this 3-day stream, meaning if we hit the number by tomorrow at 5 p.m. Or before that, after that it doesn't count, we don't care. But if we hit that number before tomorrow, 5 p.m. Pacific time, we will be giving out a ticket to Adobe Max and everything that comes with it. Michael even said he's gonna get the flights for anybody who wins and things like that. So
Don't trust me.
yeah, don't trust No, you can trust Michael. He looks untrustworthy right here. Like this is Michael's picture right here, like when he was in the army. And I can understand your concern, yes. But it'll all be good. It'll all be good. So my friends, join us again in exactly 5 minutes with Veronica and Shiori, and tomorrow at 9 a.m. with Elena. So stay tuned and see you.